You know that feeling when you're driving at night and the headlights from oncoming cars don't just light up the road. They bloom into wide, blinding starbursts that make you grip the steering wheel just a little tighter than you used to. Or you wake up in the morning and your vision is blurry, not slightly, not for a minute, but for a full 30, 40, sometimes 60 minutes before things finally settle. And you think to yourself, is this just getting older? Is this just how it is going to be? Here is what I want you to understand. That morning blurriness, that nighttime glare, that progressive loss of sharpness, it is not always simply your eyes aging passively. In many cases, specific biological processes are at work. Processes that research suggests may be meaningfully influenced by what you eat and when. While you sleep, your eyes are in what researchers describe as a critical overnight maintenance phase. And the nutritional environment your body is in during those hours may matter more than most people ever realize. A study published in JAMA Ophthalmology noted that age-related changes in retinal and lens tissue are associated with oxidative stress and chronic low-grade inflammation, processes ongoing even during nighttime hours. And a third process, one that receives far less attention, may also play a significant role in how vision changes as we age. I am going to explain what that process is, walk you through the research honestly, and tell you about one fruit, ordinary, inexpensive, likely already in your kitchen, that contains nutrients and compounds some researchers believe may help support the body's defenses against these processes. And here is the detail that changes everything. The way most people eat this fruit may not be giving them its full nutritional benefit. That is something we can easily fix. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what the fruit is, what the science actually says, and how to get the most from it as part of a health-supporting diet. Stay with me to the very end to find out how you can fix this. Let me walk you through what researchers understand about how eyes change during sleep, because this is the foundation of everything we are going to discuss. Your retina contains specialized cells called photoreceptors, rods for peripheral and night vision, cones for color and fine detail. During sleep, the retinal pigment epithelium, a thin layer of cells behind the photoreceptors, is thought to be involved in recycling visual pigments, clearing metabolic waste, and maintaining photoreceptor health overnight. When the body is well supported nutritionally, some researchers suggest this maintenance phase may operate more efficiently. When dealing with oxidative stress, poor circulation, or nutritional gaps, the process may be less effective over time. The National Eye Institute has noted that vision loss among Americans is increasing, and adults over 60 face meaningfully higher rates of macular degeneration, cataracts, and glaucoma. Genetics, lifestyle, and overall health all play a role, and nutrition is considered one important contributing factor. Now, what is that third process I mentioned, the one that almost never comes up in mainstream eye care conversations? It is called glycation, and understanding it will change how you think about your eye health. Glycation happens when glucose in your bloodstream binds to proteins in the body, producing compounds researchers call advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These accumulate in tissue over time and are associated with various forms of cellular dysfunction. Your eye's lens is made largely of proteins called crystallins that must remain perfectly organized and transparent for clear vision. Research has found associations between AGE accumulation in lens tissue and cataract development, though this relationship is complex, involving many contributing factors. Glycation is one piece of a larger picture. Research published in Investigative Ophthalmology and Visual Science has also found associations between glycation-related changes and retinal vascular health, the tiny blood vessels that deliver oxygen and nutrients to your photoreceptors during sleep. When those vessels are affected, overnight repair may be compromised. This process is relevant to most adults over $60, not just those with diabetes. Even with normal blood glucose levels, glycation accumulates gradually as part of aging. It is a background biological reality, and a growing body of nutritional research is exploring whether diets rich in antioxidants and plant-based compounds may help support the body's natural defenses against it, not as a treatment, not as a cure, as a potentially meaningful part of a comprehensive approach to healthy aging. Papaya is one of the fruits that has attracted genuine research interest in this area. Here is something worth understanding honestly. Eye drops address surface comfort and specific clinical conditions. Corrective lenses adjust how light is focused. Surgical interventions address structural changes once they have already occurred. All are valuable in the right circumstances, but none of them specifically addresses the nutritional and biochemical environment in which the eye's overnight maintenance operates. That is a different conversation. one that nutrition science is actively exploring. What I want to offer today is not a replacement for professional eye care. It is a complement to it. A way of thinking about how diet may support eye health at the cellular level, alongside, not instead of, your eye care professional's guidance. And it centers on one fruit. My name is Dr. Elijah Cater. I have spent years working with older adults who want to support their health using evidence-informed nutritional approaches alongside conventional care. Before we go further, everything I share today is educational. Nutrition science is an evolving field, and many findings we will discuss represent associations and preliminary evidence rather than definitive proof. This is not a treatment or cure for any eye condition. Individual results vary. If you are experiencing sudden vision changes, blurriness in one eye, floaters, flashes of light, please see a licensed eye care professional promptly. Your eyes deserve proper clinical evaluation. What I can offer is a thoughtful, research-informed look at how one fruit fits into a broader nutritional approach to supporting eye health as we age. Most clinical appointments simply do not have time to cover this. Now, let us talk about papaya. Before I continue, I want to hear from you. Have you noticed changes in your vision over the last year or two? Morning blurriness, night driving difficulty, reading strain? Drop a yes or no in the comments right now. Just one word. I read every single comment, and knowing where you are starting from helps me create content that is genuinely useful to you. And if this is the kind of honest, research-based content you want more of, built specifically for people over 60, please hit subscribe. Now, let us get into papaya. What is papaya? Papaya, bright orange, tropical, slightly sweet. You have almost certainly seen it at the grocery store. You may have one at home right now. For most people, it is an occasional fruit, a salad ingredient, a breakfast choice, without any particular intention behind it. But papaya has attracted genuine interest from nutritional researchers, particularly in the context of eye health and healthy aging. And there are several specific reasons for that. Papaya is among the few widely available whole fruits containing meaningful concentrations of papain, a naturally occurring proteolytic enzyme with documented anti-inflammatory properties. Papain is primarily a digestive enzyme. Any potential benefits for eye health are likely indirect, related to its broader effects on inflammation and overall digestive health, rather than direct action on eye tissue. Beyond papain, papaya delivers a combination of nutrients, vitamins A, C, and E, lycopene, and various antioxidant compounds that nutritional research consistently associates with supporting long-term eye health. Now, a practical point worth understanding. Enzyme activity in foods can be affected by temperature and processing. Fresh, ripe papaya is likely to retain more of its natural enzyme content than processed or heat-treated products. Whether eating papaya cold versus room temperature meaningfully changes its eye health impact has not been definitively studied. What we can say is this: fresh, ripe, minimally processed papaya is your best option for its full nutritional profile. That is a reasonable, evidence-consistent principle, and it is one that is easy to apply tonight. Vitamin E is thought to protect the fatty acids in photoreceptor cell membranes from oxidative damage. Blacks, a function relevant during overnight metabolic activity in the retina. Papaya delivers all three in meaningful amounts. That combination, in a whole food context, is part of why it has attracted research interest. These are associations and supportive mechanisms, not guarantees. Dimension 3. Lycopene and vascular support. Ripe papaya is a significant source of lycopene, the carotenoid antioxidant associated in observational research with vascular health. Some researchers suggest lycopene's antioxidant properties may help support the integrity of the retinal vasculature, the blood vessel network supplying nutrients to photoreceptors. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found higher dietary lycopene levels associated with a potentially lower risk of age-related macular degeneration in adults over 55. This was observational research. Correlation, not proven cause and effect. What we can say with confidence is that lycopene is a well-characterized antioxidant found in meaningful amounts in papaya, and dietary patterns rich in such antioxidants are broadly associated with better long-term health outcomes, including eye health. Let me tell you about Margaret Delano. Margaret is 68 years old, a retired librarian from Portland, Oregon. She spent 35 years surrounded by books, fine print, and the quiet satisfaction of a life built around reading. She came to me after her optometrist flagged early-stage lens changes in her right eye, the kind of finding that often precedes cataract development, and told her to come back in a year to monitor progression. No dietary guidance, no other recommendations, just come back in a year. After receiving that news, Margaret went home feeling very frightened and uncertain about her future. "Reading is everything to me," she told me. "I thought I was going to lose the ability to do the thing that matters most in my life." Her symptoms were specific: morning blurriness and significant night driving anxiety. We worked together on a broader dietary approach, with fresh ripe papaya as one consistent evening addition. 1 cup, room temperature, with a little flaxseed oil and lime juice, roughly an hour before bed. 8 weeks later, morning blurriness had improved significantly, and her night driving confidence had returned. Margaret's story illustrates the value of a thoughtful, consistent nutritional approach. Now, exactly how to get the most from papaya as part of your diet. These recommendations are grounded in established nutritional principles. First, fresh and ripe. Choose papaya with deeply orange flesh that gives slightly under gentle pressure. Ripe papaya has higher carotenoid concentration and more active enzyme content. Fresh whole fruit is nutritionally superior to processed, juiced, or canned forms. Heat treatment degrades many beneficial compounds. Second, room temperature. Take papaya out of the refrigerator 45 to 60 minutes before eating. Enzyme activity is generally higher at room temperature. There is no strong evidence that cold papaya eliminates all benefit, but room temperature is the sensible, low-effort choice. Third, timing. An hour before bed, after your last main meal, is a sensible window. Consistent daily intake matters far more than precise timing, but keeping it in the evening means the nutrients are available during the overnight maintenance phase. Fourth, portion. 1 cup of ripe papaya. This provides meaningful amounts of vitamins A, C, and E, alongside lycopene and papain, without excessive sugar before sleep. Fifth, pair with healthy fat. Beta-carotene, lycopene, and vitamin E are fat-soluble. They require dietary fat for optimal absorption. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that consuming carotenoid-rich foods alongside healthy fat significantly improved absorption, compared to eating the same foods without fat. A teaspoon of flaxseed oil or a few walnuts alongside your papaya is evidence-consistent and practical. Sixth, add lime juice. Vitamin C supports beta-carotene conversion to active vitamin A, and the acidity may mildly enhance enzyme activity. Beyond the nutrition, it genuinely improves the flavor, which matters for long-term consistency. Mistakes that reduce the benefit. 5 patterns that may reduce how much you benefit from papaya nutritionally. Mistake 1. Processed papaya products. Juice, dried papaya, canned papaya all involve heat processing that degrades vitamin C and likely reduces enzyme activity. Fresh whole fruit only. Mistake 2. Eating immediately after a calcium-rich meal. Research has shown high calcium foods can interfere with carotenoid absorption. Give yourself at least an hour between dairy or calcium-fortified foods and your papaya. Treat it as a standalone snack. Mistake 3. Inconsistency. The associations between antioxidant-rich diets and better eye health outcomes in research reflect long-term dietary patterns, not short-term interventions. Commit to most evenings over a period of months. Consistency matters far more than any single perfect serving. Mistake 4. Expecting papaya alone to address vision decline. Papaya is one valuable component of an overall eye health supporting diet, not a standalone treatment. Vision changes have multiple causes. Papaya eaten consistently as part of a varied antioxidant-rich diet, alongside regular eye examinations and appropriate medical care, that is the context in which it contributes most meaningfully. Mistake 5. Skipping the fat pairing. Beta-carotene and lycopene are fat-soluble. Without dietary fat present, absorption is significantly reduced. The fat pairing is not optional if you want to maximize the nutritional value of this fruit. 2 additional nutrients deserve brief attention because papaya works best as part of a broader approach: lutein and zeaxanthin. These carotenoids, found in eggs, leafy greens, and kiwi, concentrate in the macula, the central retinal zone responsible for fine detail and color. They are thought to function as internal optical filters, absorbing certain light wavelengths before they can damage photoreceptors. The AREDS2 trial, the largest clinical study ever conducted on nutritional support for eye health, found a supplement formulation associated with a 26% reduction in advanced macular degeneration risk. This applied to a specific population using a specific formulation, not general dietary intake alone. But the signal is meaningful. Papaya contributes some zeaxanthin, including lutein-rich foods, spinach, kale, eggs, alongside papaya gives you a broader carotenoid profile. Omega-3 fatty acids. The retina contains high concentrations of DHA, a structural component of photoreceptor cell membranes, and research has associated higher dietary omega-3 intake with better retinal health markers. Fatty fish 2 to 3 times per week is a widely recommended source. These are not replacements for each other. They are part of the broader nutritional environment in which every individual food choice operates most effectively. Let me bring this together. Age-related vision changes are influenced by many factors. Some we cannot control, and some we can meaningfully support through how we live and what we eat. The research on oxidative stress, inflammation, glycation, and retinal vascular health consistently points in one direction. Diets rich in antioxidants, carotenoids, and healthy fats are associated with better long-term eye health outcomes. The evidence is not perfect. Nutrition science rarely produces perfect evidence. But it is consistent, and the practical recommendation is clear. Eat more antioxidant-rich whole foods. Include papaya, ripe, fresh, correctly prepared, as a consistent part of your evening routine. Pair it with fat, add lime. Be consistent over months, not days. And do this alongside regular eye examinations and appropriate professional care. Margaret Delano was 68, frightened about losing her ability to read, told simply to come back in a year. Nobody told her that her dietary choices every evening might be one meaningful part of how she supported her eye health going forward. Now you know. Before you go, I want to ask you something. If your eyesight felt noticeably clearer tomorrow morning, what is the first thing you would want to look at? Your grandchildren? A book you have been meaning to finish? A sunset? Leave your answer in the comments. I read every single one. If this gave you something genuinely useful, please hit subscribe. Share this with someone over 60 in your life. You may make a real difference for them. This is Dr. Elijah Cater. Take care of your eyes. They are irreplaceable. One more thing before you go. Papaya is one of the most nutritionally interesting fruits for supporting eye health through diet. But researchers have identified several others, each associated with different nutrients and mechanisms that may complement what papaya offers. The full picture of an evidence-based evening fruit routine for eye health, including which combinations may offer the greatest nutritional synergy, is in the next video. If you are starting with papaya tonight, next week you will want to know what comes next. The video is right there waiting for you. Take care, I will see you in next video, bye.